Welcome everybody to our first Destiny 2 coverage. Today we're going to be covering the new weapons and the new HUD. Honestly, after watching this stream, Destiny 2 looks like a much more promising game than Destiny 1 was. Yes, Destiny had a few hiccups, but Destiny 2 should be flawless from the beginning. Let's start off with the first weapon you see. It's the new SMG. Now, one thing you might have noticed is immediately after the SMG, they equip a pulse rifle. And I'll get into that in just a second. But let's cover the new weapons, or the weapon types. We have the SMG, we've got Gatling gun, the grenade launcher, and then I believe an unknown weapon type that we'll show you at the end of the video. Let's start off with how these new weapons are going to change the game. Well, clearly, as we all know, if you ever played Halo, the SMG in Halo, as well as its dual wield capability, was absolutely fantastic. And it had a fluid feel to it. And the new SMG in Destiny makes me feel like I'm watching and I'm playing Halo. It's got mostly Halo 3, but it's got the feeling from the ODST games, the suppressive sound, the quick firing, the reload sequence, everything is the same. Now, I'm not saying they're copying Halo because they are the makers of Halo, but absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a great addition. It's going to allow close quarter fights to change from just being shotguns to also being these quick firing SMGs. But I'm sure they're going to be bad at long ranges. That's why you got pulse rifles, you got auto rifles, scouts. They're all coming back. They're all going to be awesome. The next weapon is the Gatling gun. Now, if you'll watch closely, the Gatling gun, it's not a heavy. But I'll explain why it's not counted as a heavy afterwards. The Gatling gun is absurd. It's just like any other, Gatling gun or machine gun, whatever you want to end up calling it at the end of the day. It, takes some time to wind up and shoot faster and faster. Doesn't hold much ammo either. If you notice, it's got 300 rounds, but at the same time, those rounds go by really quick. Next, we've got the grenade launcher, which is considered now a power weapon, not a heavy weapon or a special. It is a power weapon. This power weapon is going to be awesome. The grenade launcher itself, you can see it takes down enemies really quick, and it shoots pretty fast. But the drawback of that seems to be the reload speed, which is fairly slow. Finally, we've got this new weapon. It looks sort of like a hunter's gun. If you ever played Halo 4, Halo 5, mostly Halo 5, you can pick up the hunter's gun, and it looks exactly like it. Unfortunately, when it comes to shooting off the gun, you don't get to see much. All you see is the explosion, and I'm assuming it's got a similar aesthetic to the way a fusion rifle, but mixed in with a shotgun. But it will clearly be either one of the special weapon types that'll fall into the power weapon slots, or there may be a kinetic option. Now let's get into the new system of how the weapons will work. You have the kinetic slot, the energy slot, and the power weapons. The kinetic slot is essentially your scout rifles, hand cannons, SMGs, any primary weapon. Your energy slot will also cover any primary weapon, but with a burn. Now this is a great addition as well as a great reduction, because now you can't hold those primary burn weapons in the primary slot or the kinetic slot. But at the same time, it adds diversity. You can now have double hand cannons. I don't know how that'll play out in Crucible, but that's a whole talk for another day. Then we've got the energy slot weapons, which of course may or may not have shotguns, but from what I understood, won't have shotguns because they'll fall under power weapons. In the stream, they announced that power weapons will cover the grenade launcher like we saw, snipers, fusion rifles, kind of angry about fusion rifles because I love them, but they'll cover all those weapon types, so as well as rocket launchers, LMGs, and I'm sure, other weapon types that we haven't even heard of yet. Now here comes my hypothesis. We have the Gatling gun, which was shown as one of the kinetic weapons that you could use. My question is, if it has a burn, will it fall into the power weapons or the energy weapon slot? Is it a primary or is it a secondary style weapon or a heavy weapon so it falls under the power weapons? But we'll find out as more information comes out. This has definitely been an awesome stream and amazing to watch. There's plenty more information about the supers, the new game types, the new campaign and whatnot, but that's why I'm going to do sequences of videos. Today we covered the weapons. Later on, we're going to be covering the supers. Then we're going to follow it up with the Crucible, the story, the raid, everything that we can possibly cover. And maybe some speculation videos too. But that'll come later on after we get the hardcore information out. So, that's it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. This has been a short, quick video on all the information about the new weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I come out with a new video. We'll have plenty new videos out for the next couple of days. All information, speculation. Make sure to tune in for that. But as for me, I'm done here. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.